know it's been like 1 month, but it's been kind of a long time, but boy, it's so good to be back. Greetings, fellow viewers. This is officially my first video for 2026. Now, you're probably thinking, I thought you were going to make a Stranger Things 5 review of the entire season, and I thought you were going to also make a review for episode 7 of Digital Circus. And right now, I'm not sure if I'm going to make those, but I will only make them if you guys want me to make it. So if you want to see a Stranger Things 5 review of the entire season and a review dedicated to the beach episode for Digital Circus, I will make those. But right now, I really want to make this video because I've been planning to make this for a very long time, since I first started this channel. Because after my Digital Circus ranking, someone has requested me to make a Murder Drones episode ranking, and then I put up a poll and Murder Drones was the winner. So better late than never. And you're probably thinking, then why didn't I really make any videos? It's because I was spending time with my family, and also because I had so much work in school, which absolutely sucks. And also because, let's just say, I'm doing a marathon of a famous horror franchise. Yep. That was my first time watching it. But we're not going to focus on that. We're going to focus on another glitch animated show, which was before Digital Circus, Murder Drones. Now, Murder Drones was first released on 2021, which was like 2 years before Digital Circus. Yeah, this came out before Digital Circus, and now this was like Digital Circus. It was released on Glitch's official YouTube channel, and it did go on to have over like 8 episodes. And unlike Digital Circus, this show has actually ended. The story is complete. All the episodes are released. So thankfully, I don't have to wait for months just to make an entire ranking to see all the episodes. But overall, this show does have a following. It does have a fan base. And when I first watched it, I first watched it like in the summer of last year, because I was trying to wait for Digital Circus episode 5. So I was like, hey, well, I might as well watch Murder Drones just to get myself entertained, so I could eat up more content while I wait for this episode. And I watched it, and I thought it was good. Not great, but it was good. Yeah, I was kind of frustrated with this show when I first watched it. I really liked the animation. The animation is like the best part of the show. I like some of the characters like Uzi and N and their relationship, how it builds across the episodes. But the story, the lore, and the pacing was either too quick or too confusing that I didn't really pay that much attention. But essentially, as months went on, I rewatched the show more often, and I got a softer spot for it, where I think right now I just rewatched all the episodes, and it's a great show. It has some interesting lore, even though it has quick pacing, which is my biggest flaw with the show, which is the quick pacing. Doesn't really take its time to establish and explain the lore well, but thankfully I paid attention and I do understand more of it. But anywho, it's been a couple of months, but hey, better late than never. Let's rank Murder Drones. Now, before I start this ranking, I just want to say, if you're enjoying this video, then leave a like and comment down below, what do you think of Murder Drones as a show? And give me your list of all the episodes. Which one do you think is the worst? Which do you think is the best? What do you love about the show? And also make sure to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a new video. Because trust me, I'm going to make sure I upload more videos, because I'm trying to make sure I still have time to make these videos just for you guys. And I'm so grateful for your support. Like, seriously. 2025 was a great start for this channel. I didn't expect to get this amount of views, and I'm so glad that I got this audience. Even though it's little, I don't care. I'm really grateful, and because I didn't expect to get this amount of following. But thank you guys so much for watching my videos. Anywho, let's get started. Now, in last place is easily episode 5 home. Now, look, I'm not really sure how fans would normally rank these episodes, but I do know that they would normally put home in last place. And yeah, it's easily the weakest episode. It's not a bad episode, but it's just the weakest. Now, essentially, this episode focuses more on this weird narrative where inside N and V's mind were these memories, and essentially they're all memories in the mansion. They're getting erased, so they gotta find a way to make sure that doesn't happen and stuff like that. It's confusing. Your wonder is like, wait, is this a memory? Like, is this a memory? Is this a flashback? Does N know? Like, is that past tense? Does he not know what has happened to the future, or is that actually future N in the conscience? Like, that conscience is in the past, and it's confusing. But there's some good things overall. The animation's really good. The action, again, really good. There's some nice humor in there. But I think the best part of that episode and the standout was clearly Sin. They really did a good job of introducing her character. She starts off kind of this weird robotic, like this weird robot with the robotic voice, and essentially she's kind of nervous, feeling like a bit of an outcast. But the more the episode goes on, she immediately goes on like, I'm gonna kill a robot, I'm gonna kill all of these. But she has a great sense of humor, and I think Sin is a really enjoyable villain. I would like to talk to her more when we get to talk about Absolute End, but on that, Sin was a great part of this episode. Now, overall, yes, it's confusing, but it's enjoyable. It's got the humor, it's got the action, it's got the amazing animation. It has some enjoyable character moments, but overall, it's just the weakest episode. Next is episode 2, Heartbeat. Now, continuing where the pilot left off, like I think this was a great continuation. It kind of felt like the show wanted to take a different approach, because in the pilot, well, what it felt to me was that they were developing this plot where Uzi and N are planning to go to Earth and kill all the humans. And we both know that that's not how the show ended up. And they immediately go like, you know what? I think we want to go in a different direction. So let's quickly resolve that and focus on what the real story is going to be. And overall, yeah, again, great action. The humor, really fun. And overall, I do like the banter of N and Uzi when it comes to the action. And that was a great addition in all of the crazy stuff that happens in there. And it's got a great horror, spooky feel to it. Heck, the entire show has a great horror feel to it. It does feel terrifying and suspenseful and dangerous. And this is a show surprisingly violent. Surprisingly violent. But you do get a taste of that with this episode, because this leans a lot more into the horror side of the show. But overall, there are better episodes than Heartbeat. Up next is the pilot. Now, when you see a show's pilot, it needs to do some things. Introduce the world, the characters, and the setting, and how the show's going to go on. I explained this in Digital Circus. The pilot's job is to show what the show is going to be about. And I think the Murder Drones pilot does a great job. It introduces us to the crazy worker drone, Uzi. Or essentially, she's the outcast, she's the outsider, she's emo, she's goth, and she's overly dramatic, acting like a tragic figure. And essentially, while in reality, she's just someone who wants to be accepted by the people around her. And you get to really feel that in other episodes. But it does a great job of introducing that character. And, well, they also introduce N. Who doesn't love N? I love N. You love N. We all love N. She's such a nice character that you immediately like. He's so likable. And also, again, their humor is really, really good. But overall, you can tell this came out in 2021. The animation has kind of outdated a bit when you get to see comparison to the other episodes, because this is how episode 8 looks like. This is how episode 1 looks like. You can really tell the difference. And overall, it does a great job of setting the world and how the show feels like and how it looks like and how it's going to work with these couple of drones who are trying to investigate something. It does a great job of setting the story. Next is episode 4, Cabin Fever. Now, this is a really fun episode. What I really like about Murder Drones is the cinematography. There's some amazing shots, and Cabin Fever does have some great shots. Overall, again, has the great things of a Murder Drones episode. I kept repeating it. Humor, characters, action, animations, really good. But what I really do like is that it does something different, because throughout the show, Uzi has this story that the absolute solver is controlling her and possessing her, turning her into some kind of crazy monster. And you really get to see a taste of that in this episode. And the third act of the episode, where the campers, the teenagers, the worker drones, the worker drones are running away across the forest, trying to run away from Uzi, while Uzi just starts killing them one by one. That does give horror movie energy, with some great cinematography and visuals. And it does have some nice emotional moments with Uzi and Anne at the end. And you get to explore a bit of more of a softer side of V. And it does a great job of developing the characters. It does a great job. But overall, I think Cabin Fever is a really fun episode that's got some great suspense, some great action, and overall, it's just a fun time. Next is the series finale, Absolute End. Now, I feel like it's a more action-driven episode, because immediately when it starts, you get thrown into the action. You get to see the end, the final battle, what the show has been leading up to essentially end the entire show. And overall, it's such an amazing action sequence. The action here is literally at its best. Feels like it came out of a goddamn anime. Not to mention that the animation is at its best here, because this is the most recent one and it looks absolutely gorgeous. And to my Newsy viewers, Newsy got canon. Yay. But essentially, you get to see Sin at her most dangerous form. Like, she's a beast. She just destroys everything, and she's doesn't really have a motive. She's just like, oh, I'm evil because I love being evil. I'm gonna have fun with it. In this robotic voice, but essentially, Sin is an energetic, insane, crazy villain who's literally one of the most deadliest villains I've ever seen. Like, if she was right here, I would scare the hell out of me, go like, oh crap, this is the end for me. There's no way I can survive against Sin. Like, Sin is crazy. But yeah, Sin is a great energetic villain. And overall, I do feel like when it comes to story, doesn't really do anything to conclude the series, because the only goal was to bring all the characters, have a great action sequence, kill off Sin, end the villain, boom, we can end this show. So I feel like on a story structure, it isn't really that good, but in action level, absolutely freaking great. Next is episode 6, Dead End. Now, this really has a mystery sense to it. Like, this time, Uzi and V are now in this weird kind of base with Tessa, and then they gotta go chase after Doll. And overall, it does have some great mystery substance to it, and you get to see more of the lore, with the truth about her, that it got exploded, that the absolute solver is like a virus and infected Sin, and it destroyed the Earth. But the humans from other planets who travel to other planets, including Copper 9, which is the planet the show takes place in, instead of trying to avoid it, they decide to experiment on it. So instead of destroying it, it's spread like a virus. And I really like how they explain the lore here, living mysteries of Uzi's mom, Nori, while still explaining what really happened to Earth in the show. And of course, we got the emotional ending with V sacrificing herself. We do know that she does not actually end up dying, but I don't know, it's really emotional. It's done really well, where V just decides to do decides to sacrifice herself so V and Uzi can get saved, and just saying, Uzi, I trust you. It's a great scene for V's character. Now, I think there are only 2 episodes that are better than this one, and we're about to go into second place. Second place for me is Mass Destruction. Now, this immediately takes place after Dead End, and the reason why I have it so high is because, of course, it has great action. It has the best aspects of the show, but it has some great other new things to it. Like, we get to see Nori, Uzi's mom. We get to see her, and it shows what she has been doing the entire time. And I really find her story and her lore very interesting. Not to mention that the acting is really, really great in this episode. I think this episode has some of the best performances in the entire show when it comes to Uzi's voice actor, N's voice actor, which is Michael Kovac, who also voices this funny bunny. I think they all do a great job at playing their characters, and they give their best in this, especially at the end. Not to mention that it ends on a crazy cliffhanger which leads into the finale. I feel like Mass Destruction was more story focused, more focused on ending bits to the story and just preparing for the action-packed finale. But overall, I really, really love Mass Destruction. I think it's a great episode, and it's one of my favorites. But there's one that's kind of like... There's one that I prefer a bit more because I just enjoy it a lot more. First place, the Promenade. I think that's what it's called. But yeah, it's episode 3. Now, I don't know if this is everybody's favorite episode. Like, look, I have no idea how people would normally rank these episodes. And I think I'm a fan of Murder Drones, just not a big fan. I enjoy it. I watch the episodes and I like them, but I think this is the one I have fun watching the most because, again, it has everything I like. It's funny, has amazing action. It has some great character moments. Overall, it's just a fun time. And not to mention that, the score. I forgot to mention the score. The score is really great. It really sets off this mysterious, kind of wild, technological world of murder drones. And also the prom fight sequence is one of the best fight sequences in the show, easily. And Doll is crazy. I haven't really talked about Doll, but Doll is a good character. But essentially, this is the episode I just have the most fun with. Now, look, I'm not big into murder drones. I'm not really a big murder drones fan, but I enjoy it. I really enjoy it. And out of all the episodes, I think this is the one I enjoy the most and I have the most fun with. And that's why I think it's the best one. It's my personal favorite Murder Drones episode. Now, I know my list won't be exactly as yours, but that's okay. We all have different opinions, and I would love to see which episode do you think is better. I would like to see your ranking down below in the comment section. But anywho, thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this video, give it a like, and again, comment down below your ranking, and also make sure to subscribe and ring the notification bell so you can get notified when I upload a new video, which will hopefully won't take a month long. Yeah, but anywho, thank you so much for watching, and see you guys next time. Bye.